it's basically a bunch of people, like a lot of people who get together on weekends and like role play, like fantasy role play, not sexually, although there's probably some of that, but just like a nice fantasy thing where there's people fighting and stuff like that, and nobody really gets hurt or anything. It's just for fun. It's kind of like, you know, a way of life that not a lot of people really know. Like, I don't know, because I don't do that. Like, I've played like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but I never went that next step and dressed up, went away for a weekend, and lived in character for a couple days.
We role play like online stuff, like there's chat rooms and stuff. Because you know, we were nerds back in the day, beta testers for the internet. What better way to use it than pretending to be somebody else?
Yeah, so that's you know, some people will watch it and think they're just silly people doing something,
right?
But whatever. Anyway, yeah, good choice.
We got a visit from the cat. Another one.
Another cat.
And in it goes, and out it goes. Right. Tyler's just affixing something to the door that has no latch on it because
it broke. I couldn't get in.
All of our repairmen in this mansion haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
But yes.
All right.
So that's all I had to say about Wild Hunt.
Okay. My
number 19.
19 is R. Have fun finding a torrent of that. No, it's not that bad. But, you know, R. R.
Yeah.
Like,
that's well.
You have found a million things with R in it. But anyway, no, it's...
You have found Shudder.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a movie about a guy's in prison. So it's gritty. It's kind of shot a little bit like a documentary. Good 2 lead performances of, you know, people who aren't supposed to get along but find a friendship. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be a lot like the movie A Prophet, but I haven't actually seen it. So like I said, I'm like
the French Un Prophète.
Yeah, Un Prophète. But I haven't seen that, so I don't know what their similarities are like.
Right.
But this is just a really solid movie, even still. I'm especially a fan of the ending. It's very perfectly done. Probably one of my favorite, like, endings of any movie this year.
Pound for pound.
Pound for pound,
Top
one of my favorite
endings
of the year. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Another one that I haven't seen, but I actually did see A Prophet. It's another one that I got for free, and it looked good. So if you say that it's closely similar to A Prophet, then yeah, absolutely. It would be a good movie. I don't know why I didn't include that on my list. Wah wah. Oh well. What are you gonna do?
Nothing.
We're filming the bitch now, so nothing that we're gonna do.
Spent way too much time on getting lists and shit ready already.
I'm
tired of it. Tired of these videos.
So what are we? Number 18?
Yeah.
18. My number 18 movie of the year. Tossing my first rom-com on there. Number 18 on the year is Love and Other Drugs. And this is the Viagra movie. Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah, he needs it. I just use it. I don't need it. I just use it. I just yeah.
I need it.
Shut up. Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway. And, you know, on the surface, just basically looks like a movie about Viagra. It really does, like a Viagra and pharmaceutical companies. And then what you get treated to is actually a quite powerful, quite emotional movie. You know, takes a bit of a swing halfway through, and you know, you're treated to a very solid drama in addition to, you know, the rom-com elements that you get in the first half of the movie. Gyllenhaal probably performs about as good as Gyllenhaal can. I'm not even really a huge fan of Anne Hathaway. You see a lot of Anne Hathaway boobie in this movie.
No.
There's a lot of Anne Hathaway boob in this movie.
Love and Other Hathaway boobs.
Yeah. Love and Other tits, basically. But the cat's trying to break in. Oh no, it's
Hi. Get out of here.
But yes, Love and Other Drugs is my number 18 on the year. Hoping that's the last interruption.
Where's the paper towel? I hope that the camera picks all that up.
Me too, because it's funny stuff. It's picked up the other stuff, so
the ambience of my house really
your
gets
mansion.
Yeah. All right.
Number 18.
Yeah, well, it was a good movie. I didn't like it as much as you, but it was pleasantly surprising. So, yeah.
It was nice that it did more than just be a romantic comedy. Because it could very easily have just stayed a romantic comedy. But it decided to switch the game up and give us a little something extra, which was a nice touch.
Yeah. All right. Number 18.
Plus Anne Hathaway movie.
I need it. Okay, so 18 is Howl. This was actually the movie that I was nominating James Franco for Best Actor for, even because at the time I hadn't seen 127 Hours. I think he does a really good job. It's basically a movie about Allen Ginsberg, who wrote Howl, in case you guys don't know.
Right.
And Franco gives a great performance. I personally love the whole, like, the Beat generation. I think they're interesting people. They did a lot of creative stuff. There's parts where, he's just reading the poem, and some people aren't a fan of what they do while he's reading the poem. Like, they visualize it with, like, animation. But I personally like that. I don't think it affects how I view the poem. Like, you just see their interpretation of the poem, because they don't know what he meant,
No, exactly.
No one knows what Ginsberg meant in Howl except for Ginsberg. Like, that's just the way it is.
And that's probably debatable.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't even know, because he was drugged. So, just a really good movie about him and the poem and, stuff like that. And a fascinating time in literature. Where, like, books were still getting horribly censored and being, like, put on trial for their foul language. Like, the movie cuts to parts in the trial and stuff, too. So it's just an interesting...
Very cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's nice for someone like me that actually enjoys that kind of logistical stuff. Like, I don't know. I like this... The aspect there where it cuts to the trial. This would be something that I would find really interesting.
Yeah, it's really fun watching them debate, like...
Might make me a loser, but well.
It's fun watching them debate, like, the meaning of certain phrases and stuff. Like, the persecutor's like, like, so you're saying that this is blah, 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 and it's like, no, this means this, and they're just he's trying to, like, get the book banned, basically.
Right.
And, get Ginsberg in trouble, and it does a few things. It's just really interesting. Shows his life, shows some of his experience with, like, his lovers, and shows a trial, and shows him reading the poem and stuff. It's just a really good movie.
Very cool.
That combines, I love movies and books.
There you go. So why wouldn't you love a movie about a book?
Or a poem, I guess. But whatever. Yeah.
Whichever. Very cool. Number 17. We're trying to kind of cruise through the lower ones a little quicker and sort of go into more detail about, top 10, I suppose. My number 17 on the year is Hereafter. Clint Eastwood directed movie with Matt Damon, where Matt Damon plays an individual with psychic powers. What I thought was really cool about watching, what I really enjoyed about watching the movie is it might be hard to tell. It's debatable, I would say, whether or not Eastwood actually believes in this stuff.
Yeah.
My gut tells me he doesn't, because of, the people with psychic powers are mostly portrayed as crackpots.